So you've probably heard a lot about AI lately. It's everywhere. It's in our phones, it's in our cars, and even our smart speakers. But there's a new wave coming. It's something a little different. It's not just about asking a question and getting an answer. We're talking about AI that can actually do things for you. Think of it less like a search engine and more like a personal assistant, a teammate that lives inside your computer. This is the world of AI agents. It's quietly changing the game for creators, for entrepreneurs, and basically anyone who wants to get more done. It's a fundamental shift, moving from single commands to delegating entire projects. For a long time, my workflow has been very hands-on. Every script, every shot, every edit, it all passed through my hands or the hands of my team. That's how you maintain quality, right? But what if you could scale your ideas without just hiring more people? What if technology could handle repetitive, time-consuming tasks, freeing you up to focus on the bigger picture? That's the promise of AI agents. It's about building a system that can understand a goal, break it down into smaller steps, and then execute those steps for you. It's not about replacing creativity. It's about amplifying it, giving you the power to bring more ideas to life than ever before. This isn't some far-off futuristic concept from a sci-fi movie. This is happening right now. I've been experimenting with it myself, letting AI agents take the wheel on parts of my workflow, specifically for managing my YouTube channel and handling the endless stream of emails. The results have been pretty fascinating and honestly, a little mind-blowing. It feels like unlocking a new level in a video game you've been playing for years. Suddenly, you have new abilities. You can tackle challenges you previously thought were out of reach. It's a tool that, when used correctly, can fundamentally change your productivity. In this piece, I want to break it all down for you. No jargon, no overly complex technical stuff. We're going to walk through what AI agents are, step by step. I'll show you exactly how I use them to create a YouTube video from scratch. From the initial idea, all the way to responding to comments after it goes live. The goal here is to demystify this technology and show you how you can start using it too, whether you're a seasoned creator or just starting out. This is a tool you're going to want in your toolkit. So let's get into it. All right, let's start with the basics. What is an AI agent? Forget the complicated definitions for a second. In the simplest terms, an AI agent is a piece of software that can understand a goal you give it and then autonomously work to achieve that goal. It's like having a super smart intern. You don't tell the intern, click here, then type this, then save that. Instead, you say, hey, can you research the top 3 competitors for this new smartphone and put the findings in a document? The intern then figures out the steps. Open a web browser search for reviews, analyze the data, create the document. That's what an AI agent does, but digitally. The key word here is autonomously. A standard AI tool, like a chatbot, is reactive. You give it a prompt, it gives you a response. The conversation ends there until you give it another prompt. An AI agent, on the other hand, is proactive. It takes your initial goal, creates its own to-do list, starts checking things off. It can use different tools, like browsing the web, accessing files, writing and running code to solve problems. It can think, plan, and execute a sequence of actions on its own, which is a huge leap forward from simply answering questions. Think about it this way. If you wanted to book a flight using a regular AI chatbot, you might ask, what are the cheapest flights to San Francisco next week? It would give you a list. Then you'd have to go to the airline's website and book it yourself. With an AI agent, you could say, cheapest direct flight to San Francisco for next Tuesday with a window seat, add it to my calendar. So how does this all happen behind the scenes? It's not magic, but it is pretty clever. The process for an AI agent usually involves 4 key stages: goal setting, planning, execution, learning. It all starts when you give the agent a high-level objective. This is the most important part. Clear goal, clear outcome. Vague. Make my channel better. Too broad. Specific. Create a 5-minute YouTube video script about the history of the USB-C connector. The more specific you are, the better the agent performs. Once the agent has the goal, it moves into the planning stage. It acts like a project manager. 1. Research the origin of USB-C. 2. Find key milestones. 3. Identify main advantages and disadvantages. 4. Structure the information. Hook, main points, conclusion. 5. Write the script from that structure. The agent creates a checklist before starting real work, then gets its digital hands dirty. Let's walk through a real-world example, using a team of AI agents to create a YouTube video from start to finish. For this experiment, I decided to give my AI agent system a clear, high-level goal. Produce a complete YouTube video package about the environmental impact of disposable vapes, optimized for my channel's style and audience. This is a perfect topic. It requires research data visualization and a balanced script. This is where a single prompt to a chatbot would fall short, but an agent system can thrive. The first thing the agent system did was break down my goal. It assigned roles to specialized agents: research agent, scriptwriting agent, visuals agent, editing agent. The research agent was the first to get to work. It scoured the web for credible sources, scientific studies, news articles, government reports on e-waste. It didn't just grab headlines, it collected statistics, expert quotes, and key arguments for and against certain regulations. While the research agent was gathering raw data, the scriptwriting agent was put on standby. Once the research was compiled into a detailed brief, the scriptwriter took over. Its instructions were to take that research and weave it into a compelling narrative in my specific voice. I've fed these systems countless transcripts of my old videos, so they learned my cadence, my vocabulary, and how I like to structure my arguments. Its first step wasn't to write the full script. Instead, it generated 3 different outlines. One focused on the battery waste problem, another on the plastic pollution aspect, and a third on chemical leakage into landfills. The agent presented the options, and I chose the one I felt was most compelling. Once I approved an outline, the agent began drafting the full script. This is where its training on my previous videos really paid off. It even inserted placeholders for where B-roll or on-screen graphics should go. The first draft it produced was solid, maybe an 8 out of 10. It had the right info and structure, but lacked a bit of the human touch. So I went in and made my edits. This took me about 20 minutes, instead of the 3 to 4 hours it might take from scratch. The agent did 90% of the work, and I provided the final 10% of polish and personality. This highlights a crucial point. It's about augmentation, not abdication. You don't just hand over the keys and walk away. You guide, you refine, and you inject your unique perspective. The AI handles the laborious task of gathering and structuring, turning a mountain of work into a small hill. The system's visuals agent took the finalized script, including the B-roll and graphic callouts, and started its work. Its primary goal was to generate a complete visual package to accompany the video. This included everything from custom thumbnails to animated graphics for displaying data within the video itself. It then generated a dozen different thumbnail concepts, photographic piles of colorful vapes, graphic treatments, different palettes and type, all optimized for high click-through rates. I was presented with a grid and picked the one I liked best. It generated a clean bar chart in my channel colors and a simple battery hazard animation from the brief. High quality, ready to be dropped into the timeline. I could then provide feedback. Make that blue a bit darker, change the font on this title card. It's an interactive design process with me as the creative director. The efficiency here is off the charts. Sourcing B-roll, designing graphics and thumbnails are time-consuming. The visuals agent did it in minutes. A full suite of custom assets, ready for the edit. With the script recorded and all the visual assets generated, it was time for the final and often most tedious step, the video edit. I uploaded my raw voiceover audio, the A-roll footage of me talking to the camera, and the folder of assets from the visuals agent. The goal I gave the editing agent was straightforward. Assemble a full video based on the script, using the provided footage and assets. Cut out pauses and mistakes in the A-roll, sync the voiceover, place B-roll and graphics where indicated in the script, add background music. The editing agent started by analyzing my A-roll. It automatically identified and cut out all the dead air, the ums and ahs, and the false starts. This alone is a huge deal. The agent did it in minutes, creating a clean paper cut. It then laid this cleaned up A-roll onto the timeline and perfectly synced it with my voiceover. The basic structure was assembled before I touched the timeline. It went through the script and added the corresponding visuals. It grabbed the right graphic and overlaid it at the correct timestamp. It even adjusted the background music, automatically ducking it under dialogue. It was building the video layer by layer. The result was a fully assembled rough cut. I just tweaked pacing and swapped a couple of shots. The work isn't over once you hit publish. In fact, a whole new phase begins: community management. This means dealing with the flood of comments on the video and the countless emails that come in every day. An AI agent can be an absolute lifesaver, acting as a digital communications manager. The constant stream of notifications can be overwhelming. So I set up an inbox agent with rules to manage the overload without missing the important stuff. First task: sort and prioritize. Analyze my email inbox and YouTube comments. If an email contains the word partnership, it flags and moves it to sponsorship. Same for collaboration or brand deal. Extremely negative comments can be hidden. Common questions like, "What camera do you use?" are identified and grouped. The agent drafts responses. Drafts are saved and wait for my one-click approval. For sponsorships, it extracts company, budget, timeline. No need to read 5 paragraphs of fluff. It turns a chaotic inbox into an organized dashboard so I can focus on what grows the channel. So, there you have it. A complete walkthrough of how AI agents can be woven into the fabric of a creative workflow, from the first spark of an idea to long after the video is published. It's a system that helps you research faster, write more efficiently, create visuals at scale, edit with less friction, manage your community. This isn't about replacing the artist. It's about giving the artist a suite of powerful new tools. The technology is still early. There are quirks and limitations. You still need to be the captain of the ship. What I've described is possible today. Imagine what this will look like in a year or 5. Delegating complex digital tasks will be as commonplace as using a word processor. You can start small, brainstorm video ideas, or sort your email. If this was helpful and you want more deep dives, you know what to do. Like this, share it, subscribe.